This is Sunbelt Conference basketball on ESPN Plus. We're today from First National Bank Arena in Jonesboro, Arkansas. We've got the A-State Red Wolves finally playing host to the Dukes of James Madison. It's been an adventure getting these two teams on the court for one of the most anticipated games of the season. Snow over the weekend, winter weather. Wind and snow actually led to a delay in yesterday's ball game because of snow that got in a hatch on the First National Bank Arena roof and then just had to melt as it dripped right in the center of the court here. Rose on the run in the paint, got it to go for the game's first points.
Very, very good at that running jumper.
Rose was the most outstanding player in last year's Sunbelt Championship. She, along with McDaniel, a preseason first-team All-Sunbelt selection this year. And a little pull-up in the paint. Here she is pushing the other way. Tries to put a defender on skates, and the shot wouldn't go down. Rebound to Ashanti Barnes, who pushes the other way, flips it out to McDaniel. Peyton knocks down the three.
There's the Red Wolves leading score, throws it away.
Yeah, not sure what the plan was on that particular move by Shannon. Robinson with a step around on Dickerson and got it to go.
Would have been very similar had the 22nd call not. I mean, that hadn't. If that wasn't called, they'd had a layup and then the miss by Shannon.
Mia Tarver drops it off to a wide open Winter Rogers.
They do an exceptional job on all their rotations.
Bella Weary was long on the corner three. Rebound kept alive by A-State. Zanaya Ruddick. She gets that pass picked off. Now Robinson in a foot race with Weary, and Bella decides to get out of the way. It's been 2 minutes 50 seconds since the Red Wolves have scored. Dukes beat the press into the front court. McDaniel to the paint. No. Offensive board and a putback is there for McLeod.
McLeod comes off the bench and gives them good minutes, for sure.
Dickerson puts it on the floor on the run, got the bounce.
Right. You know, right now, I see James Madison really pushing their tempo against the press. They're really trying to attack the basket when they get an opportunity. Here they come again.
Under 3 to go in this first half. James Madison chance to add to a 7-point lead. They get to the front court, had it 4-on-2. McDaniel makes them pay with the open 3, and Destiny Rogers is going to have to grab a timeout.
You don't have cheerleaders today, and you've got some people that are hardcore fans in the stands, but you're right, there's not a lot of energy in this building.
And that one on the run, thrown off the glass, and in. James Madison has won every time they've held an opponent under 70 and has lost every time an opponent's gotten to 70.
5-11.
Stevenson drives, kicks it in the corner. Three-pointer knocked down on the left side by Ashanti Barnes.
James Madison doing a great job, and they're spunky. They've got some perk. They know they're scoring.
Cox able to keep that in play. Dickerson from 3 knocks it down, and the Red Wolves needed that in the absolute worst of ways. Closing seconds in the quarter, they get a steal. McAllister throws it up, and it rolls off. It would have counted, and that's how the first quarter comes to a close. A little bit of a spurt from Arkansas State to show the Red Wolves have a pulse, but James Madison shoots 56% from the floor in the first quarter. And for the second straight time in this matchup, it's going to leave Arkansas State trying to come from behind.
You know, they're thinking, hey, we got a lead. We're not going to get in any foul trouble. We'll just go to the zone and
Tarver,
hope they don't hit shots.
Quick trigger 3, missed everything from the corner. Stevenson on the run as Chrislyn Rose was stuck in a bad spot.
James Madison's looks, but, you know, they don't want that shot being taken into paint. They want to make them shoot it on the perimeter, limit their shots. They can't miss.
So Lease with 1 on the shot clock, they can't miss. 60% shooting for James Madison now as the Dukes up by 18.
You know, waiting a couple days for this game to happen. Nice fake.
A-State's missed a couple of chances to grab an offensive rebound. And Cox does there to finally close out that possession.
There's that. There it is right there. That's the gap in that zone. Again, they have length on Arkansas State. They're able to see over them and pass over them.
Robinson, drive and kick. Here's a three-pointer around and out. Offensive rebound and a putback cleaned up by Shanti Barnes. Three-pointer in the corner, no. McDaniel got the rebound on the baseline, but she's right in a trap. And the Duke's able to get out of it. Now it's 2-on-1. Robinson the other way finishes with the left hand. A-State's got to win these final 3:42 here in the first half. Tarver to the paint. Has to give it up out to Rose. Shot clock under 10. Back to Tarver. Her three-pointer is good. Now here's Rose in the corner. She'll take a three. No. Dickerson the offensive rebound.
Nice rebound by Marley Dickerson.
Now Shannon will try that same corner and knocks down a line drive triple. There's been 3 of them in the first half that she'd pay good money to get back.
She's going to have to start talking to the basketball and talking in.
A little pick and pop, quick trigger by Barnes. Back to a 14-point James Madison lead. Rose all the way to the bucket. She finishes. 69 seconds to play in this quarter. A-State with the ball. Down by a dozen against the James Madison zone here.
Yeah, they're staying in that zone.
Dickerson got in the paint, got to that soft spot and scored.
Oh, that is. She hit right on that soft spot, and that's big bucket for Arkansas State.
But Dickerson gambled for the steal against the wrong one. Peyton McDaniel made that catch and then went and scored right back to a 12-point game. But Rose just as quickly cuts it down to 10 again.
Not a lot of calls today. Neither team has gotten there in either quarter. Gotten to the free throw line.
That one was dead
too
on
close.
line. Yeah, for Zakiah Stevenson, iron unkind at the horn. And Arkansas State, which trailed by as many as 18 on multiple occasions, ends the first half on a 12-4 spurt.
They've got a lot of stamina.
Tarver let a defender go by and it was long on the three. And well, Robinson got that rebound on a dead run, got ahead of everybody and finished on the other end. Got in there way too deep.
Yeah.
Ended up having that pass stolen by McDaniel. McDonough got it blocked, but it's into the hands of Barnes, who missed a chip shot, got her own rebound and cleaned it up.
Yeah, I mean, you got to respond to that next shot that goes up. Can't think about what just happened. You got to respond to what's going on.
Tarver back to Rogers with a head fake. Winner Rogers scores, and again it's 10. Yeah, all things considered, you tip your hat to the folks that came to catch this ball game. Shot clock's at 10. McDaniel over Cox, got it to go. So Shannon's not on the floor. Actually, she is on the floor. Had the basketball up top. She's out there playing with 3. Rose to the bucket, high off the glass, got the roll, and again the lead is 10.
These 4 or 5 minutes are critical for Arkansas State.
Each team with just 6 points here in the third quarter. It's just kept going from 12 to 10 to 12 to 10. Red Wolves hadn't got it to under 10 until right there.
They can set it up, run their offense, and be aggressive.
Tarver out to Rose. It's been about 2 minutes, 40 seconds since James Madison has scored. Rose got a screen and got all the way to the rim,
She
and the
can do
lead
it
is
for 'em,
6.
yeah.
Stevenson got a little daylight with a screen and then good movement inside without the ball and whistle and a late foul call. First one up and good.
She's a force inside. She does a great job coming off the bench for James Madison.
1 for 2 at the line. The lead is 7. Rose got a defender with their back turned, and Chrislin scores again.
They want her to stay fresh for the finish.
Fields threw a bullet that McAllister couldn't handle, and Bree Robinson turns it into a freebie. Under 2 to go in the third. McAllister against Robinson, leans in and scores off the glass.
Mimi's she's a surprise player sometimes, but she can make stuff happen.
Again, the James Madison lead is 5. A-State with the press on, and they're going to beat the press and get a layup that McDonough missed, and then nobody was there to get a rebound. Second one no good. Cox the rebound. Closing seconds. Here's Rose, head of steam into the front court. Gives it up, and they're not going to get a shot off. But Arkansas State cut the lead in half in the third quarter. From 18 down, the Red Wolves within 5 with 10 minutes to go.
If Arkansas State can get over this 5-point deficit.
Red Wolves trailed it by 10 at the break, 5 at the start of the fourth quarter. Shannon makes it 2 from the corner. Zion Shannon with a three-pointer, and the Red Wolves within 2. And there's a turnover. Here's Rose with the left. We're tied. 27 seconds into the fourth quarter. A-State, once down by 18, has knotted it up at 46. McDonough got it on a press breaker on the other end. McDaniel and Barnes with the two-man game. Knocked away from Barnes into the hands of Tarver. 3-on-3. Shannon taking it to the rim anyway, throws it over her head and in. That could change on this possession. Cox to Rose for 3 in the lead. Knocks it down.
There's the lead.
23 for Chrislyn Rose. 17 in the second half. A-State's on top for the first time. Stevenson with numbers. Pulls up in the paint and got it to go off the glass. That's 6 for Stevenson.
Arkansas State. Folks playing well for Arkansas State.
Tarver between defenders. 3-point A-State lead. McDaniel to McLeod. Directs a little traffic.
Got to find the gaps here.
There's Tarver in that corner from Rose. Mia Tarver connects. And now Destiny Rogers grabs a timeout. Mia Tarver off the feed from Chrislyn Rose puts Arkansas State up by 4. They're making noise in Jonesboro as their home team is working with the lead as they've opened up the fourth quarter on a 15-6 spurt. The high post for Barnes. She got her pass intercepted by Zion Shannon, who coasts in. She hits that layup. Stevenson to Barnes in the paint. Yes. Now at 10. Here's Eve Cox with the screen. Rose got the corner. Throws it underneath to Cox, who finishes with 2 on the shot clock. 2:15 to play in Jonesboro.
Arkansas State doing a good job of staying between them and the bucket. That's going to be key right here.
McLeod with a handoff to McDaniel. She'll dribble back, take a 3, knocked it down. Big time shot.
Doing a good job of running that time off that clock. The clock is your friend at this point in the ball game.
Need to score. And that ball was knocked away. Shannon gets it, gives it to Cox, who scores right in front of the rim.
Yeah, they need to play straight up. Just stay between them and the bucket.
McDaniel catches, fires, and hits. Oh my, Peyton McDaniel with her 4th 3 of the game. She's got 16, and a quick timeout is called. What's interesting here is Chrislyn Rose throws the inbounds pass. She's the player you trust the most to make the right decision. And she throws it over to Eve Cox, who is all alone for a layup. So they adjust the clock to 8.8 seconds, took 2/10 off. McDaniel 3, yes.
Yeah, I mean, good teams continue to practice, clock situations.
They bring in their home run inbound thrower. McDaniel at the buzzer. No, and that will do it. Arkansas State comes from 18 down, 10 down at the half. Outscores James Madison 33-21 in the fourth quarter to stay alone in first place in the Sun Belt Conference.